everybody. We are here playing Ironclaw 2nd Edition. The game is called Shade's Tale, and I'm your dungeon master. I guess I'm a host in this case, and we're going to go around. We're going to introduce the players that we have today. No Theta today. He's got life stuff to do, so it's just going to be the four of us. Four of us, yeah, look at that. So let's
that's right.
start. All right, I can count. It's kind of early. Okay, so let's start by introducing our characters. Tell us your character name and their motto, and we'll talk about the goals that are outstanding for our party. And we can start with Ark Lloyd. Tell us about your character.
Hello, I'm Mark Lloyd. I play Connor Lavera de Ekravis, the brazen raccoon knight whose motto is one hand washes the other.
All right, and next up we've got Griffin playing the Doctor.
Yep, I'm playing the Doctor, the Armadillo Almoner. First, do no harm. Second, get paid. I was gonna say more things and I already forgot. So, passing along. Rafferty.
Awesome. Okay, next up we've got Rafferty.
Hello, world. I'm Rafferty. I'm playing Anushka, the Microbat Messenger, where my motto is no fear, serve with joy. And let's see. Yes, I have an objective to deliver a message to the Abbess Colette, who is in Harmono, if you want to use the vernacular. I also have another message to deliver to Ludovicio of Ferrarouche, who's all the way over there on the east side of the map. Those are my two personal goals. I can't speak for the rest of you.
Those are, as a messenger, those are some good goals.
Yep, those are our goals currently, despite an excessive amount of witch hunting on my part.
Yes, delivered the letter, the sooner the better.
There you go. I like it. And I realized that I actually don't have one of those goals tracked on my end, which I probably should because it's a goal.
You'll
To Ludovicio. Okay, cool. All right, excellent. So now that we've got that out of the way, you guys will do a quick recap. You guys are dangerously close to Harmony, a town that you've been traveling to since Harrogate, and it feels like we have traveled real world time to get there because it's been several sessions on the road, and a
even
lot of things have
slower.
happened, even slower than it would have been in real life. So that's the kind of Ludo narrative consistency that I look for in a game. I hope you guys agree. Last time we found ourselves departing Silverhorn Village, a small town in contested lands between the Avoirdupois and the Dolorio territories, where you guys rescued them from a pack of bandits that had kind of begun a protection racket. And as a result of that, they told you about the necromantic activity, or the necromancer that they saw passing through, who was headed towards Tobias Pass. Tobias Pass was the recent site of a battle between the Avoirdupois and the Dolorio. And you guys trekked over there. You found the necromancer in question, a watery-eyed and wayfish deer woman who wore a crown of brambles, and attacked you with unholy zombies who you consecrated and drove off. You captured the woman, whose name is Datura, actually. You guys never asked, but there it is. And onion-eyed Datura, and you brought her to the monk outpost of Honet, where she was detained and imprisoned, and they have sent word to Chalons the soldier to ask for a high-level inquisitor, a religious leader who is trained in dealing with witch hunter, basically, trained in dealing with unholy necromancers, essentially. So they're going to get to the bottom of what she has been doing there. But you guys have your own agenda as well. As part of the raid you performed on her campsite, you discovered a book that had, it was kind of a journal where she was writing down her scientific procedures. She's been breeding these evil, unholy ticks that seem to have the ability to reanimate dead bodies. And using a little bit of logic and sleuthing, and also the library at Honet, you determined that there's two possible locations for where this tick farm exists. One is a considered to be a haunted swamp, not far from the Tobias Pass to the west, and the other one is near Lake Aube. Is actually we're gonna do a little retcon here. Is actually in Lake Aube to the east. And with that, let me see if there's anything else I'm missing there. Ba, 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 ba. Yep, you guys decide to leave Bian, the large black bear knight, and her manservant Emilio in Honet to witness the Inquisition of Datura, while you guys continue onward to Harmony to finally deliver this letter to Colette. And I
So
believe
much
that's where we're
harder
going to
just
start.
to get stuff done.
Now
Not to
that we
mention an aberration that shakes you to your very core of the meaning of what life and death are.
Well, at least all the excitement is over with.
Yes, all the
And we're in
excitement is
safe
over.
territory for once in several weeks.
The odds of running into a reanimated corpse has gone at least down by 20%.
Yeah, 20%
Very
easy.
optimistic.
Now, I believe we're all on the map. Yep, we
Mhm.
are. So, your original plan, right, was to travel this purple route, basically cutting through some farmlands and then taking well-established roads up to Harmony. Instead, you guys kind of went this way, following the trail of the necromancer and bopped around through people's backyards the entire time.
Hmm.
But now that you're at Honet, there's really no reason why you couldn't use the safe roads to get to Harmony through Moulin Avent. Avent?
Well, I do like safety, and I don't like being injured right now by my own devices.
Oh yeah, are you still injured?
Yes, I am.
Do you need me to help treat that?
I'll take an assist die.
Oh, right.
Yes, I will. I'll have that. All right. I was
uh,
waiting for you to figure out that I didn't have medicine.
I have the general question of how many days will it take to get to Harmono following the road?
Usually it's 1 square a day if we're on roads. We are currently at the red dot. Is that correct?
You're at the marker. I will ping it for
Oh,
you.
we're at
You're
the
right here
marker.
in Honet. Yes.
Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3,
Actually
4. We
forget
could
what
be
this
there
red
in
dot
4
is.
days.
Boom.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and
Assuming
mark
we're traveling
that.
by wagon. However, this has the problem that do we have a wagon or a coach?
You guys did inherit a wagon in Silverhorn that was being used to transport stolen of Wordapwa weapons, and I assume you still have it.
Oh, right, from the K Club.
Yep.
Made some
No,
enemies
no,
there.
not that one. It was from the Crimson Pack. And
Oh,
these
right,
were
right. The
the scavengers.
the even more questionable band of craven malefactors. Um, yeah, that's right. I
All
was
over the
thinking about
place.
like, sure, we can just throw the dock in the back. Try not to lie down on the rusty sword.
Well, fortunately for you, I know exactly how to treat this wound. I know how to have a good diet. And, well, I'm still young, so I should be
I'm
fine.
totally happy to help you.
Alright. Do you have at least one academic die?
I do, and in fact, my favorite use of academics is actually wait, let me check. It's usually medicine, but I think this character is actually an exception. No, it is medicine because Rafferty made all the demo characters and gave all of them academics of medicine.
Hey, great. So I could even take your route for it if we're just gonna go down the road. Should I roll all of them right now, Red?
I've never worked with
Let's
you
do it.
before, so I insist on rolling at least the first time.
That's fair. Alright.
Okay.
And I was successful because my favorite use is medicine.
Yep. Oh, I also have a favorite use of medicine, so I will probably re-roll that d10 there along the way.
Well, I can see the first problem. Your body is covered in a hard carapace, so if we have to amputate to help to keep the gangrene from setting in, this is going to be more difficult.
Mm,
What injury did I take? I forgot what actually hurt me at this point.
I must have been
Zombies?
during the Crimson Pack fight.
Yeah, that's right. This
The
one of them
cheetahs.
rushed me. Yeah, one of the cheetahs
Yeah, did
rushed
you
Yeah,
me.
get stabbed or shot?
Stabbed.
he was
Okay.
stabbed.
Yeah, it's just a stab wound.
Yeah, I
You
just
know,
had to keep changing the bandages, so that would be day one for 4 quota.
You
I
right.
sure
bought
we
some
don't have
extra
to
food
amputate?
along the way. A day
Okay.
2 would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more quota.
Nice, nice. You're
A
making strides.
day 3 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and a reroll the d12 for 5, which will now make the math even harder. So I'm at 21, and then on the 4th day, I could probably even just not bother. But that'll do it. By the time I get there, I am fine.
And I feel as a courtesy, I should ask Connor if you're going to pick up any hangers on now that we're back in your domain.
Yes, sir,
As
Connor.
long as there's able-bodied men available, I'm not gonna take people from a place that have been denuded of its population.
Well, you might be out of luck in that regard. But hey, maybe there's some random sellswords lying around who are willing to hop along with you for glory.
For glory. It depends on where you guys are, and this is the point where I need to. Maybe I'm pumping the brakes a little bit. I know that we rolled as if we had made it all the way to Harmony, but we got to make a quick stop at Moulin Alvet. Moulin Alvet?
Yeah,
Just a short one. But that's an area where you could do your recruiting to Connor, Sir Connor, if that's something you would like to do.
It is.
Alrighty then. Then why don't you give us a roll? Moulin Alvent is like most of the larger towns and outposts in the Avoirdupois lands these days. Fortified with soldiers. Soldiers returning from the front, soldiers preparing to go to the front. And Moulin Alvent is sort of a town of craftsmen, right? These guys invented the signal towers, many of which have been sabotaged or burned down by cognoscenti at this point. But yes, there is definitely a large military presence. It's hard to find a room these days in Moulin Alvent.
Wow, to think, this is the birthplace of the signal tower, where it all began.
All those days ago. How did this happen? But yeah, so Connor, you are in friendly territory, however, so you I don't know. I guess I feel like Fermarouge you could use your local knowledge die. So I'm getting ahead of myself there, but still, you have your countrymen and you have soldiers in good supply.
No,
They're
I
just
think
setting
I'll
it
wait
up.
till Firma Rouge. That way I
Okay.
will get the local area knowledge die.
Okay, yep, if you'd like to. All right. So why did we stop at Moulin Auvent? Well, your characters would probably have taken the opportunity to sleep somewhere that's within a defending outer wall.
Mhm.
But as you reach the town, possibly like on the road outside of the town, you come across a strange individual. They're wearing a tattered cloak that covers their features. They're walking with a gnarled stick, and from their exposed paws and snout, you can see that they seem to be quite hairless. You assume that they're some sort of infirmed and elderly beggar. They are carrying what looks to be a sack with several papers sticking out of it. And as you are approaching the gates of Moulin au Vent, it gets up, the creature, and hobbles towards you. It seems to be keenly interested in the doctor. And it says, oh, I sense you know the ways of magic. Spare a moment for a weary traveler.
Oh, my dear, are you... How are you today? Oh, you seem to have been losing a little bit of fur lately. Are you well? Do you feel well? I could give you an inspection as a doctor.
No need, no need. I'm in the prime of life. And as they were closing the distance towards you now, there's a pretty bad smell coming off of them as well. And now that you're within speaking range too, you can see under the cloak large, lidless, cloudy eyes that unnerve
Mm-hmm.
you. You can't tell if this creature is blind or not, but they don't seem to be tracking you with their eyes. Your best guess is that this could be possibly a rat or a badger. but without all of their fur and with their advanced, well, skin conditions, it's kind of hard to tell.
Okay.
There you go.
But they did
Doctor,
immediately approach me about the supernatural, and so now I have to ask, so what kind of wizard are they?
That's a very good question. Why don't you give me? I would take mind academics and supernatural.
Okay, that sounds good. So let me go ahead and set up the roll. So I got myself a D6 mind. I got myself way too much academics because I'm smart. And for supernatural, I got some more dice, more than I need. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ooh, okay, cool. Here's what I can tell you for 4. So, um, as soon now that you are up close and examining this person, you get a strong foreboding sense. You have now had several run-ins with unholy energy,
Mm-hmm.
and you are getting that same sort of excited, scared, hairs on the back of your neck raising sensation from this creature. Um, Having said that, as you examine them, you don't see, they don't appear to be wearing mage robes, and they don't seem to be carrying a book or anything. You do see that they have sort of half hidden by their robes, they're wearing an amulet around their neck. The amulet looks like it's actually a vial of some sort of greenish fluid, not anything that you are familiar with in terms of the trappings of an established magician,
Mm-hmm.
mage.
So perhaps a foreign type of magic then.
Certainly something that you're not entirely familiar with, and yeah, you wouldn't if this is a practicing wizard, then they're practicing a school of magic that you're not familiar with.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess as long as I have them here, and they are getting a little closer. It is strange, but they aren't set up like a wizard. They don't have anything wizardly in their hands right now, and I'm literally looking at them in case they're casting a spell, so I'll just ask, so how can I help you, ma'am?
All right. Um, the creature says, uh, I have a gift to bestow upon those who are worthy. But first, I must ask you several questions. Are you interested?
Hmm. Well, sure. I do
I'm
love
waiting for
gifts.
him. I'm waiting for him to say. So if a carriage leaves avec Bont at 30 miles an hour, and another one leaves for Bruges at 90 miles an hour, and I can step forward and say, "Wait, this is it. This is my time to shine."
If the curve of
Exactly.
this side of Lake
Academics.
Abe is best described as x squared plus 3x, what's the integral of it from this mile to this mile?
You guys are ruining my fantasy, bringing
What is
math.
the airspeed
Oh,
velocity of an
welcome.
unladen swallow?
There you go. African or European? Actually, that has a whole different connotation in Ironclaw.
It
That's
really
how many
does.
things
Oh
do.
dear, yeah.
Okay. Well, so you seem game to
Hmm.
answer this creature's questions.
That's right.
All right. Once again, I want you to picture the face of this individual, sort of like spotlights for eyes that are just
Hmm.
peering right through you, and an uncanny smile as she asks the following question. You happen across an abandoned sparrow's egg in the wood. You find its parent slain nearby. What do you do?
I must take. I must bury the bodies and then take care for the egg. Find it the appropriate parents. Now that they're dead.
Hmm, hmm. All right. Your loved one is dying. You are granted the power to save their body at the cost of their soul. What do you do?
That is not the price worth taking.
All right. At this answer, she seems a frown, her strange smile is replaced by a frown. She says, "I'm sorry. I think I misjudged you. I will be on my way now." And she begins to totter away from you down the road.
I can see that you are interested in playing such games with others, but not with me. I do have some questions now for you.
I'm quite busy, quite busy. Do not delay me in my purpose. You will regret it.
Yeah.
And what purpose could it be that one is seeking out those willing to sacrifice the souls of others for their body?
Ho, 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 ho. Many would like to know, but you have not answered my questions successfully. Have a good day. She's making tracks. Well, she's trying to make tracks away from you. She is not
She's
fast
not.
by
She's
any
not.
definition of the word. So
She's still an
this
old lady, isn't she?
conversation, yes,
Ah,
this
but I'm.
conversation is happening with her back to you as she's tottering away. But you can
It's not
easily
like those
outpace her.
mysteries, where it's like, and then you turn and they were gone. No, wait, she's over there. She doesn't walk that fast.
Yeah, no, she's just right over
Yeah, I
there.
like literally look at Nishka and go. It's like, should we really let her walk away? Do you think? I don't.
Well, you know, we have religious nuts at home.
That is true, but I worry about what she might do to the next person to come along.
Give them the mange.
Well, gosh, that
I mean,
too.
did you see her?
Don't you
She's
need
scaling
fur
Very
for
than
that?
you
acutely.
are. It's like, ugh.
But you know what? I could go ahead and assign someone else to do this. Lael, I
Ooh.
need to continue resting because I'm still injured. How about you go track them and report back about where they go and where they live?
Okay.
Or
I mean,
if they
unless you want
bother
to,
people or do something incredibly weird.
That is
that's
great.
probably better than arresting.
Okay. I like it. That is an excellent use of Lael for the time being. Lael is like fine. He's grateful that he has been given a task to execute. Um,
I know that you can do it, Lael.
all right. So let's say that you guys enter the town. I think Connor might have to throw his weight around a little bit to get like nice lodgings. But
Well,
well, we already, yeah.
yeah, I have good news and bad news. The good news is Connor is blooded. That means he has the right of coin med. Are you familiar with the Fourth Amendment?
It doesn't apply
uh,
here.
Doesn't apply. Screw your Bill of Rights.
there you go. He just gets to
So
kick people out, just like get out.
that's the good news. The bad news
Nice.
is I don't know if someone's already like applied that. Also, it doesn't make friends with the locals. That's another reason why it might be a good idea to get hangers on because they might have friends.
Right. Oh, that's a fair
Hi,
point.
I'm looking for
Yeah.
people who are willing to join me on
Cool.
adventure and pay for my rent this month.
No, you can crash at our place. It's cool. He's cool with that.
Well,
Let's
I'll
just
say
go look for some more regulars.
you are going to go look for regulars.
Yeah, I got the page up now, so I know what I can look up a dice roll.
Cool. Okay, then. Then let's do that. Well, we can start there.
Mind and gossip versus 3. Each success is one more irregular who shows up. You get one to start with. Your ally assists you with this roll.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
All right, so let's see. That was mind for D6 and gossip for D8.
Cool. You know, while you assemble that, I'm going to go grab a fresh bottle of water. I'll be right back. This will be quick.
Doke. Hmm. Let's see. So, we're not too far from Hamrino and actually delivering our message now, so that's always good.
So some random necromancer. I'm still trying to parse that question she asked you. So if you were their body but not their soul, would you? And you said no. Well, you're not the person I was looking for, so there I'm off. It's like, lady, do you ask this question? Just random people on the street
Apparently.
in the most religious nation in the world.
You know, Once you get old, you gotta have a hobby.
Okay, that's
What a
too
miss.
true. I feel attacked.
Speaking the truth.
Hurts because it's true.
Okay,
And yet,
so
when
that looks
I
like
go around asking people if they would save their bodies but not their souls, they call the police on me.
You know, I highly suspect it has something to do with that strange green vial around her neck, and you know what? I'm gonna put money down that it probably will go ahead and create a zombie if someone drinks it.
This is more like a survey. She's giving out surveys for the Umbrella Corporation
Mhm.
on Radar app on a scale of 1 to 5. How would you
Yeah,
feel about
customer
bringing back
feedback.
your body?
If you had to sacrifice a whole town to a zombie apocalypse in order to increase the bottom line of the corporation, would you? Do you like coming in on Mondays?
I'm a self-starter. Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's just weird. Also, why would she approach you? Why would she
Approach
approach
someone who
you?
is she's aware of magic, looked at me and saw it, and went, "That's the person that I want."
Well,
She's looking for desperate people and found
I
the
mean,
least
how are
desperate
you,
person on the planet.
Doc? How are you dressed? You don't actually wear the robes, do you?
Um, I think it's been declared, just so that's clear, I'm usually wearing the armor to protect myself at this
Right.
point.
So you're but do you carry the staff around where you go?
Yeah, because that's kind of like
Okay.
my main walking stick and defensive
Okay.
weapon.
So you're not dressed like a priest, but you're carrying an electrum rod.
Yup. So
Okay.
someone knowledgeable should look at me and go, well, that's weird. It's a left-handed mage wearing armor. Huh, are they actually right-handed? I don't know.
Come The armor's not that weird. I mean, you're literally carrying a staff made of gold and silver.
hmm hmm
Okay. So if she actually wasn't, she didn't sound like she would. How to phrase this? She sounded like she was a determined kind of crazy and not a, you random kind of crazy. So she might have successfully identified you as an orcamy,
hmm
which you are.
This is very true.
So that's why she came by and said, "So, how orcamine are you? How much heresy would you consider?" It's like, not none. Oh, thanks. So, yeah. Also, I think we've seen proof that there's like necromancy rising around here because people are putting ticks and dead bodies and crap.
And we did learn that there was actually a source of it somewhere around Lake Abe, and, well, wouldn't you know it? We're really close to it. I'm
Um,
certain these two things have absolutely nothing to do with each other.
man, why did I pick Anushka? Because it's like, a sane person should be afraid of all this. But Anushka goes, wow, maybe we can check this out.
Well, luckily, I'm insane enough for the both of us.
Um,
Oh yeah.
I lack a response.
Mhm.
Local boys 1 through 5 are ready for action. Looks like.
Oh, wow, yeah, you
Awesome,
got
thank
all the
you.
successes there. Good
You do have
job.
you
I
do
was
have
gonna
friends
say.
around here.
You want to march on another witch?
I'm guessing most of them are either day laborers or militia.
I'm hoping for at least like maybe a coachman and militia.
Yeah, you can definitely find that. Um, I don't know. I'm okay leaving it up to you what you want to find here. I'm
Okay.
thinking about stuff and I'm like, oh, probably if you're looking for soldiers. I mean, a lot of the soldiers here are active, right? So they're not going to traipse away on an adventure. But maybe some of them have been discharged and are mad about it or
But the
something. Like,
people,
if you wanted someone slightly less than reputable, you could find that too.
What do you mean
yeah, so the
leaving the
people we're
battlefield in fear is wrong?
the people we're gonna get are people who were rejected from the army.
Yeah, for who knows whatever reason.
So yeah, I would guess a coachman and uh I don't know, a farmer and 3 militia. That's what I do.
hmm
Yeah, that's quite a merry band. Um,
I'm a messenger. And I think I have the high do I have the highest body count? No, you guys have a higher body.
We do already have a farmer in Potter, but Potter is also a knight.
Enough farmers? Do you understand agrarian economy?
Well, yes, sir. I used to live in an Arco Syndicalist commune.
Oh,
We have bi-weekly elections, and so Connor, with all your farmers, is your plan to drag them out in the middle of nowhere and have them work at your farm and then cycle out new ones as soon as the old ones get burnt out?
Using irregulars as
As a
manual labor
pyramid
for
scheme.
your yes.
we'll
Oh
explain
no.
why they don't hang around. It's called churn. Much.
Yeah.
So you
Because
guys
they're
are
on the
all my
ground floor
friends, and
now.
my friends give me a 5 dinar out of their wallet.
Oh man. It's a membership fee. Okay, cool. So, Connor, you have gathered a small group around you who are willing to work and to aid you in your adventure. The rest of you guys were spending the night. You're resting up at Moulin au Vent. And in the morning, Lael returns. He seems panicked and out of breath, but he wakes you before first light, and he has a tale to tell.
Uh-oh.
Poor Lael, tell
Doctor.
us, tell us.
He says, I did what you asked. I followed the strange, hairless creature. I stayed quiet and out of the way. They did not seem to notice me, or perhaps they did not care. But it was, well, several hours down the road, they came across what appeared to be a, a group of soldiers. I think they were locals, traveling up the road from the place we were from Hanet. Among their ranks was another magic user. I could tell by the distinctive robes that they wore. The creature approached them as well and asked them the same questions that she had directed at you. Their response was much like yours, of course, that these questions were portents of heresy, of dark magics, although they tried to detain the woman. And when the soldiers laid hands upon her, the strangest thing happened. I heard a whistling and voices from the air, from creatures that I could not see nor smell. And moments later, the entire group of soldiers were on the ground, wailing and screaming. They seemed to be in enormous amounts of pain, and the old lady did not stop to help them. She just continued to totter off down the road. It was several minutes before any of them were able to regain their senses, and it seemed that several of them had sustained serious wounds, although the source of which was undetermined. I was so frightened that well, I wasn't frightened, but I realized that you would need to know about this, so I turned tail and hurried back to you as fast as I could.
Of course, very brave of you, Lael.
It's okay to be scared of wizards. They're really, creepy.
He's not scared of anything. He is a proud Phalon warrior.
Right.
Scout.
But by the sounds of it, she doesn't have a home or go to sleep or anything. She just stays upon the road, is that right?
That's what I saw. She was not she was moving so slowly. There were several times when I took a short nap and was able to recover her trail rather quickly. She could also smell her from miles away. So
I guess there should be no problem following that up, but Sir Connor, I believe there is a witch on your land, or in your country's land, who has just attacked a bunch of soldiers. How do you feel about that?
I feel we should introduce her to the light of Solomon.
ooh.
Well, we do know now that she has a powerful magic at her hand.
Indeed, sir. And this is Lael again. There was no less than 8 or 9 of these individuals, and all of them were laid low by her magic. I, it seems risky. It seems dangerous. Is all I'm saying for your benefit, sir.
Of course.
Of course.
So how would you like to approach it? I know that perhaps if I were to do it purely alone, at least the magic would not much hurt me, but if there were other tricks at play, well, I wouldn't want to be alone.
A gun.
With a gun.
That's kind of nice.
Yes, I suppose taking them out at a distance before they're even aware would be efficient.
No, I meant she might
It
have a
wouldn't
gun.
exactly be honorable, would it?
I meant she might actually have a gun.
Oh. Oh, that'd be terrifying then.
Yeah, I mean, she looks like a crafty sword.
I mean, dark magic, whatever. A gun, though, that could kill you.
Yeah,
It
something
sounded like
I've
those
learned
soldiers are
from.
fine at the end.
That's what makes wizards like annoying. It's kind of like, wizards can use guns too. So, but no, she's a creepy person. All the more reason we should be reporting this to like the church or whatever. Like,
Hmm.
you're not really an inquisitor, are you, Doc?
No, I'm not. I'm more of like a traveling monk, I guess. Will that be the category I fit in now? It's hard to say.
Uh,
Hmm. Hmm.
you're not actually a charlatan.
That is right. I actually know my profession, believe it or not.
I mean, I can attest to that. I've got the scars to prove it.
Well, it still would be a poor mark on my own soul to not act when others are in danger, and especially after others have been hurt.
Um, everything you said made a lot of sense to me.
Fortunately, given this would be the fourth day, I am actually fully healed and no longer injured. Hooray!
You need me to fix that? No, I would.
Hooray!
Um,
Yeah, I just need to
no.
actually take this off. I can't get it off the back of my shell.
Well, there's a
Mm.
necromantic conspiracy going on, so I agree with you there. But we're almost ready to deliver this freaking letter.
That's
So
true.
close. You've never been closer.
Hmm.
Um, but
Could could Mulan
eh,
event wait a day?
are you actually angling to become ordained? You're not actually angling for that because you're anonymous, right, Doc?
That's right. Matters of authority, well, perhaps they're not something I've been ever after.
Okay.
A
Well,
good
then I
drink,
guess
though.
yeah. Then it falls. Then I would defer to Connor on this because Connor is the
Ye
word of
local
law.
authority.
Yeah.
You should always pick up authority at some point, maybe.
You can't. You're anonymous.
No, I mean Connor should.
Connor could become a member of the police,
Well, he is a member of the police. He's the aristocracy.
right? Yeah. I
Right, it
guess
means his word actually carries weight everywhere, instead of him just
Legal authority means
impressioning upon others that he's a noble that you should respect because he's gonna hurt you.
legal authority means he can arrest other aristocrats.
right. Yeah, it's like
That would be nice.
aristocrats can arrest anybody below them, but you need to be like I don't know, a aristocrat with authority to arrest other aristocrats.
Well, you can only be judged in a
Technically,
court of your own peer. So yeah,
right.
but once he's blooded, so he's not our peer. He's better than us.
I know how
And
to
we're
do blood
digression.
transfusions, so that shouldn't be a problem for very long.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Yes, the power of the nobility flows through me.
what say you, Connor? Shall we press ahead on our dread errand or become distracted with other details?
Well, this witch is dangerous. I think we should deal with it.
I think messing with a lady who can like cause intense pain with but a thought is the most dangerous.
Of course, I would recommend perhaps that your men stay far back as they can, and simply use whatever bows they may have. That would be my recommendation. Whereas we take the front line and see what we can bear. And if we can't
Where
bear
a
it,
normal
well, at least...
militia is not trained in archery or swordsmanship.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Slingmanship.
well, what hangers on did you pick up?
I have they're all horses, since we're in that land.
Hmm.
I have a coachman and 4 militia.
Alright.
Oh, well, militia can throw things.
Right. I would say the goal with them, though, would be after you see the dark magic, once they are at a safe distance, then they charge in afterwards.
They all have increased body and fast movers, so they'll be able to do that. I'll have to work out their stats and names.
Very well, then.
Very well then. It sounds like it's gonna be a fight.
Yeah.
let me
Nothing bad ever happened to
quickly
us in a fight.
quickly throw a map down here. Uh, okay.
Yeah, just waiting
Let's
on that.
try something here. Yeah, no, I apologize,
It's all
guys.
good. It's all good.
This
You didn't
this
expect us to
is
go out and murder old ladies today, did you?
right. This was not necessarily going to be a this was
Well,
not necessarily going to be a combat type encounter, but
Mhm.
I think it's definitely a
we gotta
good
find her
strategy you
first.
guys came up. You do have to find her first. She so I'll tell you right off the bat that she is not hard to track. She seems to be sticking to the road, and I mean she's got like a day's lead on you, but her day's lead is like a few hours, like half a day. She's really not moving very fast at all. I will say that on your way down, you do come across the uh I guess platoon, the unit that Lael saw who was attacked, and they're not looking too hot. Um, two of their number are limping, and one of their number is being led. It looks to be that he's had the sense knocked out of him or something like that. He's acting as a child would.
Please, hold for a moment. I could help tend to your wounds for a moment if you would tell me your story. Tell me precisely what happened from your perspective.
Uh, well, we made haste to come to get back to Moulinove. We were to tell that very tale. We were attacked by an old witch along the road, and the story that he recounts is pretty much lines up with what Lael had told you. Um, the new information that they have to say is that the witch asked them. Well, actually, the questions sound familiar to you. Um, she warned them that she would not be detained in her way, and then it wasn't until they laid hands on her. One of the soldiers actually said, "Come here, you old wench," and tried to grab her around the wrist. At which point, the talisman that she had glowed with an unearthly light that shone, and each one of them felt as if claws were being raked across their heart, and they heard the howls of the damned in their ears. And it seemed to go on forever. When they finally regained their senses, the woman had made her leave of them, and they decided that the best course of action was to find an inquisitor, a witch hunter.
I see. Well, we are on the hunt now, so you should put your minds at ease. Here, be sure to change these bandages tomorrow. They get 3 quota for what it's worth, which probably means that they feel a little bit better.
They do feel a little bit better, and they are grateful to you. They
Mhm.
show you, deference. And let's see. They seem a little bit skeptical when you guys say that you're on the case. They don't really know who you are. Well, actually, I don't know. Connor has made quite a name for himself. Over the sum total of all of your deeds have kind of culminated into a place where Connor is the one who's probably taking a lot of that credit and blame, right? Um, so
Wow.
yeah, it's quite possible that they recognize him and give him deep, respectful bows.
Alright. So, we are hot on the trail then, as we have just found them. And,
Exactly.
yeah, let's see if we can pick up the old lady then.
Yes. Our trusty road map, and I made this one. I don't know if the scale is at all reasonable. Yeah, this is a bigger map. I'm taking some of what you guys had mentioned to
This is
heart.
good.
So hopefully you have a little bit more room to zoom. And let's get this old lady. You catch up with the old lady. She is relentless in her slow waddle down the road and seems heedless of your presence. I'm going to put her a little bit more centrally located so we have more area to work with. Like there. So, yeah, let's have Anushka and Connor out on the map, and Connor, I'm gonna drag out a bunch of dudes. You said you had 5
5
irregulars.
irregulars, 1 non-combatant. So he
Okay,
would be driving the cart. And I'm in
so
the process of figuring out their speeds and getting it all on my sheet.
cool. All right. I think these guys should be no. All right, so let's try to do. No. Okay, I'm just setting the control for these things, for these tokens, so that you can move them. And would you like me to generate some random names for your guys?
Oh, I already have some.
You got some? Okay, cool.
I
You
made
should be
them
able
up
to
in
move
the
them
fun.
around. And I'm just going to leave the non-combatants off the map for now, because I assume they're going to be keeping their distance anyway.
Right. Lael not participating in combat is not actually a fighter.
Exactly. So yeah, so as you're getting that set up there, Connor, I'll say that when you guys see this creature, you can't help but feel pangs of pity for her. Her gait looks pained. She's like slightly limping, and at this range, you can't really smell her or sense any of the evil aura that emanates from the strange talisman she wears. And she just looks like a pitiable old woman.
Indeed, and I do pity her. We must stop this. I believe the talisman is the key. We're only Dan not to have run off again. Perhaps he could have swiped it off of her. But that's also the source of the magic, and touching it last time apparently caused great pain. So be careful.
That vial on her neck.
Indeed. It is perhaps the source of this whole dilemma. Unless, of course, there's evil within her own heart to begin with, of which we will not know until it is done.
All right. Well, as
right.
she is heedless, you guys have the first action.
Right.
I'm not just gonna strike down an old woman.
Right.
You could just talk to her again if you'd like.
I am approaching quickly and trying to catch up. I'm gonna just move, like, closer here. And say, "Old woman, stop. Stop, I say. Ah, I'm out of breath. Please stop."
Oh, she'll stop. She will kind of turn. She turns her creepy spotlight eyes on you, and she says, "Oh, you seem to know the ways of magic. Perhaps you wouldn't mind answering some of my questions."
Bob, he doesn't even remember you.
Yes, do you
Not
not
in
remember
the
me from the other
slightest.
day?
She cocks her head slightly, and she says that if you answer her questions, she will deliver great boons upon you.
Ah, cool. It's one of those quests you can do more than once.
I will take your questions then.
Oh, right. You're keeping your distance for these questions?
I'm keeping a short little distance, yes.
Got it. We'll say that she's approaching you, but again, she moves so slowly that you can just step back, and this doesn't seem to deter her from asking. She asks you the first question again, and I'll repeat it for you. You happen across an abandoned sparrow's egg in the woods. You find its parents slain nearby. What do you do?
I take it for my own.
All right. Your loved one is dying. You are granted the power to save their body at the cost of their soul. What do you do?
I will have their body forever.
Her smile widens and she nods, and then she says, "You are shown 2 doors. Behind one lies unlimited wealth. Behind the other, unlimited knowledge. Which do you choose?"
I must have the knowledge.
"Ah, I have found you then." And at this, she will set down in the middle of the road. And you can see she's carrying a bag. As I said, it has some paper sticking out of it. And she pulls the papers out. The papers are blank. She also retrieves some writing utensils. And she begins to write something. She's inscribing something on this paper with speed that seems less than, or much faster than she should be able to do, given the arthritic fingers that you see her waving. But as you look, she seems to be inscribing a set of instructions for what looked to be a magical ritual. Um, what do you want to do? Are you going to wait for her to finish?
I'll wait for her to finish. I'm curious where this is going.
Oh, I can't drop my token.
I actually see that you have dropped many tokens. It's possible you should just refresh roll 20. It might be screwing up for
Oh,
you.
I don't see any of
just
his
did.
tokens.
Strange. I see 3. Huh.
Maybe they're on the wrong layer somehow, which I'm
Somehow?
fascinated how
Okay.
that could happen.
I'm going to drop a token and I'm going to give you permission. Do you see that one?
No.
Huh. Oh, that's new and different. Okay.
And I just refreshed.
Let me try refreshing then. Very strange.
Incredibly.
Sorry
I'm
about
trying to
this.
think. No, it's not your fault. It's roll 20. I have to imagine that you wouldn't be able to draw a token onto a different layer, or you definitely should not be able to. Okay, I've refreshed. I'm gonna try it again. Let me know if you can see this one. I'm gonna drop it right next to the doctor. No? Anything?
Nope.
No.
Doesn't pop up.
What in the heck? Can anyone else move their tokens or drop tokens?
I can definitely
can
move
move
myself
mine.
around.
Huh.
You see my token on the map, right?
Yep.
Yes, I see yours moving, and I see the
And I see
doctor
the
just moved
NPCs
around.
as well, which seem fine.
It's just Connor. But why?
Very strange indeed.
If I drag Dan's token out, can you see his?
Yeah, Dan's
just-
there instantly.
What is happening?
You're
Okay,
cursed.
Okay, so here maybe this will work. I'm gonna drag out a generic
Oh.
token.
I think I might know what happened. I'm going to have to put a new token in.
Oh, okay. What happened?
I recently deleted some files and worked for me.
Oh, weird. Okay.
So yeah, so you deleted the image that you uploaded for Connor onto the token, and now there's no image there.
Oh, wow. That's very strange. But then I
At
guess
least
I
that
must have
might
a
be it.
local.
I have older campaigns for which I've deleted things, and it's just blank maps and like occasionally like one or two things that I didn't delete. It's like, wow,
Oh,
this looks
man.
weird.
Yeah. Oh, that virtual tabletop life.
All right, let's see if I can see this one.
Yeah.
Nope.
Let's see. Still no.
Put it right there.
Let me. Oh, okay. And I see it, but you don't.
Right.
So strange. All right. Well, okay. So for the time being, I'm going to drag out a generic token for you, and let's see if you can see that. And I'll give you.
You could copy paste one
permission.
of the previous ones too. There we go.
Yeah. And let me give you. All right. And I'm just going to give you a nameplate as well so we don't get you confused in case. So you can move that token?
Yes.
Okay. It's a quick fix, but it's better than nothing. That is so strange. Maybe worst case, I can set up a new character sheet for you and we can try that.
Mhm.
But yeah, okay, so we'll do that later. So Doctor, you're gonna see how this resolves, right? She's writing on this piece of paper. She's writing out a
Right.
scroll for you.
She's not doing one, she's documenting something.
Yeah.
So I want to see what she writes down.
All right. The whole process takes probably 5 to 10 minutes, which when you are finally handed this scroll, there's amazing detail on it for the given time. It's like her hands are moving like a blur. So she hands it to you, and she gives you what looks like it would be a bow if she could better articulate her joints.
Mhm.
And she says, "A gift from the Lady Amalsand. This ritual will grant you power from without. Take it and use it to seek your greater knowledge. And as you look over the scroll that she gave you, it points out several things. In one corner, seems to be a rough map of Calabria, where several areas have been marked. There's also some writing, and you are literate. You are an academic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so you can tell that the writing are sort of detailed instructions that come with pictograms of what looks to be sort of a ritual that involves a pentagram of sorts and several strange scarecrow-like effigies to be erected. And apparently, when performing this particular ritual on one of these sites, it will open uh, a gateway to the other side that will. It's kind of like a spirit trap that will help coalesce the souls of the undead, of the damned, and will allow even more impressive feats of necromantic mastery.
I see.
You will also note, and it is, I guess, of interest, that of the markings on the map, the locations that are indicated, one of them is not far from Silverhorn, and one of them seems to be smack dab in the middle of Lake Aube.
Hmm. Very concerning. And this, of course, does match up with the notes we found previously.
Indeed, from the research that you conducted.
Mm-hmm.
And having delivered this, the old lady seems to have lost interest in your conversation. She just turns around and begins to her tottering way down down the road.
Damn, that didn't break her curse. She completed whatever mission she was out on, but it wasn't enough. And she's not answering questions either. There's only one course now, Connor. We need to relieve her of that amulet, or otherwise stop her. Or at least that is my sense of it. Actually, I was standing in front of her like a good 10 minutes. The amulet
Yeah.
is more or less a source of magic of some kind, isn't it?
Yeah, it
Okay,
seems to be. Yep.
so my assumption is correct there.
Yeah.
Now is the time to use force, Connor.
And so we try to take the amulet off of her. Uh, do we want this done? How do you want her to be judged in the final afterlife?
If you can avoid killing her first, perhaps try so.
It's not something you can brag about the time that we beat up an old woman with Maine.
Oh.
She is perhaps a victim of this as much as anyone else.
In that case, I'll use the mace.
See, I can tell you're not an inquisitor.
Yeah, you've got way too much misplaced mercy.
Yeah, all this mercy.
Yeah, what's with me and not want to beat up old ladies? Ugh. I'll prepare the laser beam.
All right. Are those my irregulars up there, or are
Yes.
those combatants?
Yeah, those are the
They're-
irregulars.
Yeah.
And I'll need a Potter on the map. I know you have a token for him.
You know what? I keep forgetting to make a token for Potter. So we're gonna give him another one.
Alright.
I'll give him another sword and I'll label it. No, come on. So yeah, so here's Potter. Nameplate Potter controlled by Connor, and you can place him wherever you want. You guys have free range to move around here
Mm-hmm.
before combat starts because she really is just. It's like she doesn't even know you're there.
Alright. I'll be on this end, trying to keep up with her.
Okay, and it's very simple to keep pace. You guys just let me know when you want to make a move.
Alright, I'm waiting on Sir Connor. Sir Connor, you have the first move.
All right. I don't have any fancy gifts for knockout strike,
Mm-hmm.
but I am going to attempt to do so.
Right.
All right, so
That-
we'll
that's
ignore
the
the first
one-
success,
Yeah, 1-stroke penalty.
and it becomes a weak blow.
And I guess you have tactics since I'm here with you.
Yeah, and I'm going to guard beforehand, so I'm specifically not claiming the aiming bonus for this.
Okay.
This is
All right.
my favorite use is for the Kimbo, so reroll that D10.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
She's going to dodge.
Not well.
I mean, she's just a little old lady, guys.
So that is a 6-point hit on an old lady, Sir Connor.
Yeah. One,
Well-
2, 3, 4. We're gonna ignore one of them because of the knockout strike. So it's gonna be 3 successes, which means 5 damage total, but it's weak, so she will soak twice. But she's a little old lady who's not wearing armor and is very frail, so I'm just gonna roll 2d4.
Ah, but she has resolve and veteran, right?
Yeah, right. Resolvent better. Congratulations, you found a non-veteran. No!
Congratulations, you murder her outright.
Yeah. There's a scream that ushers from her as her back goes rigid and she falls forward, and the scream echoes. It sounds like she's joined by a chorus of screams as she falls to the ground in front of you.
The doctor will, of course, go down and see if there's anything he can do. And there is not, is there?
Well, so it was 4 total, so she would be dying technically, right?
Which
Ah.
means we have a chance to save her life.
Ah,
There is a
good.
chance.
I believe I could simply rote first aid. Is that something I want to do?
You can't rote first aid on someone you've never seen.
Okay, so I have to
But-
actually roll for first aid.
Hold on, I actually have the gift.
So do I now, I think.
I may have
Really?
blown all the diseases out of equilibrium.
Or wait, maybe I don't even have to. I could literally just talk at her and bring her back.
You can all but
Mm.
you have to rally her, and unwilling people are more difficult.
Ah, yes, that's right.
But I'm successful on first aid, so